Hey, Mamacita. On this episode of our podcast, I want to talk about how to use anger as your fuel for something good. As perhaps that lifesaver to get you out of a situation that you don't deserve to be in. So this podcast episode is dedicated to anybody who might be in a toxic relationship and you know it, who's tolerating disrespect, but you know deep inside you don't deserve that. Who maybe is in a job where you're being mistreated emotionally. Any circumstance in your life where you feel that you need to escape because deep down inside you know that where you are is not good for you. You've said it to yourself a million times. You know you don't belong there. And for some reason, you're still there. For some reason, you keep taking the abuse and the mistreatment and the toxicity. And I'm here. This episode is a lifesaver. Now, I know that this is a very different energy I'm coming with you at today. But because this is a cry of urgency, I want to wake you up, snap you the fuck out of your situation. You need to wake up. Or maybe you already woke, but you still don't have the balls to get out of that situation. And you just need to make a move. And you need that final push to get you on the other side. Because you know what the hardest thing is? I've come to realize leaving a situation that's toxic, that's disrespectful, is making that decision. Making that decision will be the hardest thing you do. And everything else afterwards that follows will be easier than that. I'm not saying the road is going to be heaven, and I'm not going to lie to you and say it's going to be roses from now on, but I promise you the hardest thing you'll do is make that decision to get out of there. So if you're listening to me and you're feeling depressed and you're feeling hopeless and you're feeling like you don't even want to get out of bed, that you just want to cry in your misery, Mamacita, let's go. You are worth it. You know you're worth it. Deep down, there's somebody waiting for you. It's you who's waiting for you inside of you. You are waiting to look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. You're worth it. And if nobody else has told you that they love you, or maybe you haven't heard it in a very long time, I'm here to tell you, I love you. You were born in this planet for a purpose. God made you because God loves you and you deserve better. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror today. Not only do I want you to tell yourself that you love yourself, but you look at yourself in those eyes, no matter how desperate and horrible you feel about yourself today, and you tell yourself, I will survive. I will survive. Because you will survive. Not only, Mamacita, will you survive, baby, you're going to flourish. The best is yet to come. Oh, you don't know the things that are waiting for you on the other side of that decision. But you know what? Self-respect, self-love happens here first. I don't know if you've heard, but there's a saying. In life, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you tolerate. So don't you tolerate mistreatment or toxicity in your life. Find that love in yourself. and snap out of it. And yes, I've made an episode in the past. It was called Doing Everything with Good Intentions, how intention is everything. And yes, of course, we want to do everything from a good intention. But you know what? I know, because I've been there in those moments where it's that like crying in the bathroom moment on the floor. And I've been there on my hands and knees, thinking that my life was over. Sometimes you need anything to save you. And so if it's anger out of what somebody has done to you, anger of the disrespect that they've shown you, anger for not seeing your worth and your value, then you hang on. Hang on. Use that energy of anger to snap you out of the situation. Because guess what? Normally, when we're in these situations, we're running around in this infinity circle that's not good. We go from depression, and in that depression state where we feel powerless. So we're in that depression state where we're feeling powerless. And then all of a sudden we'll go snap to the anger. And the thing is that anger, sometimes when we're in there, yes, anger can be very destructive. There's an episode that I made about how anger can be really, really harmful in our relationships with our children. And how if we don't learn how to manage and control that anger, we pass the anger to them. But also, anger can be a signal that you're burning, that something is wrong, that you're not supposed to be there. So if you have to use that energy of anger to save yourself, then do it. Use it, because it might be your only way out. And no, you're not going to live a life if you do this for revenge from now on. It's not going to be, anger's not going to turn into your go-to. I'm not telling you stay in that phase. No. But if you need to use anger as your gasoline to get the fuck out, then by all means, you grab onto that lifesaver and get out. And yes, I know I'm being very serious, but I don't care where you're listening to me right now. If you're listening to me in freaking Australia, all the way on the other side of the world, or whether you're listening to me in India or China or wherever the hell you are, I am sending you my strength and my energy. And believe you me, it's going to reach you. And you're going to finish listening to this podcast with a strength you never thought you had inside. Because I know one day you're going to look back at the person you once were at this moment and say, wow, I'm so strong. Not only that, you're going to thank God. Thank God for your decision. And thank God even for the pain. And you might think I'm crazy because right now, when we're stuck in that pain, we're stuck in that depression, we're stuck in that victim mindset of life is happening to me, but it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. So you got to wake up. Wake up. There's a purpose. There's a reason why this is happening. And one day you'll see it. I promise. So if you have to make that hard decision, hey, if you need somebody's permission, I give you permission to get out of there. Maybe everybody in your life is telling you to stay stuck in that toxic relationship, to stay stuck in that miserable marriage, or stay stuck in that miserable job where they treat you like crap. I'm giving you permission for you to give yourself value and for you to snap out of it and walk away. Stop the train, get off the train. Guess what? It's a train station. There's a million trains you can choose from. But time is slipping away. And you don't have any more time to lose. So let's go. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Go to mamasconganas.com 74. And I want you to tell me, have you ever used anger as a fuel to get yourself out of a situation that you needed to? Don't wait for it to be too late. Your life is worth way too much for that. Don't waste your life by tolerating stuff that you know you shouldn't, because you deserve love. And if you're in a relationship that's not giving it to you, the person you're with is not making you feel beautiful and amazing and doesn't admire you and thinks you're the sexiest thing that walked the planet, then there's a million doors waiting for you to walk through. A million of them. And there's a million things that are waiting for you that are amazing. And that's why I created this podcast. I created this podcast because once I was in a moment where I thought I was never going to find happiness again. And now I thank God for the pain that I went through. And I want to show as many women possible that they have the capacity to transform their lives should they choose to. And we all have that power within us to do so. Stay strong. Stay committed to yourself. Do it for yourself. And if you can't find the strength within yourself, do it for your kids or for your mom or for your future kids. I don't know, but do it. Find the strength from anywhere inside you. It's there. I love you. See you next time.
Hey, it's Valentina. Espero te gustó este episodio de nuestro podcast. If you liked it, or if any of our content has inspired you in any way, I'd be ever so grateful if you showed some amorcito by reviewing us on iTunes or wherever you listen to us. Every single review will help us reach more mamacitas so they can live their life con muchas ganas. It's because of you, our listeners, that we're able to create contenido para otras latinas. 1,000,000 de gracias por suscribirte, escuchar y compartir nuestro podcast. Si tienen preguntas, comentarios y más, pueden visitar nuestra página web mamasconganas.com or follow us on social media at mamasconganas. You can also write me directly at info@mamasconganas.com. Hasta la próxima, es Valentina recordándote, don't be a mama con drama. Let's be mamas con ganas. Besitos.